What's going on? You're tuned in to another Six Visions exclusive interview. My name is Sik Saleem, and today I got an angel with me. Josh Kab is here. What's up, brother?
Hello, how you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
Good. It's good to be here.
An angel.
Hey, man. Hey, that's
There's a reason I say that, bro. This man can sing and hit notes, and it's just amazing. Like, every time I hear him sing live, it's like I'm always just standing in, like, awe because it's crazy.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
How long have you been singing, bro?
Singing, it's been pretty long. Since I was maybe 14, 15, but I wasn't really good. Like, I was not good. But I used to do YouTube covers, like, way back. Like, they're gone now. You'll never find them.
Okay.
But I used to do those, like, back in the day when I was in, like, high school, grade 9, grade 10. And then I was like, you know what, like, this is okay. But obviously I've been a piano player.
Right.
So I started playing piano first. And then I was like, okay, like, this is cool. Like, I like this. And then I started singing, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just get better. Like, maybe. And then it's just been, like, years. And
because it's been a growth process for sure. Like, I remember, I forget when I met you exactly, but I think it was around the time you were working on the EP with Siegs.
Yeah, definitely.
Siegs, I interviewed back in season 2, and I told him the same thing. I'm like, yo, when I saw you, Josh, Jonathan, like, all y'all working in the room together, it was almost like a Brockhampton vibe.
That was like, oh, yeah, that's actually a good example. Because we, honestly, like, that was so random. Like, so random. Because I had a session before his session, right? And I was working on some other song. It's, I think it was Jessica Haley. So it's going to come out. Don't worry about that. It's coming out soon. But, yeah, so I was working on that. And then Avius was telling me, he's like, oh, how'd you hear about me, right? Because that was the first time I met Avius, too.
Right.
So I was like, oh, like, my friend Siegs, right? And then, like, I've known Siegs from way back. Like, we were never, like, close or anything like that, but, like, I knew who he was. Like, we lived literally, like, probably 2 streets from each other.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, he had a session booked after mine. And then he pulls up, and I was like, whoa, like, what are you doing here, right? He's like, oh, we're coming to work on the song. Because he had sent me a song, I think it was Your Way. Okay. He's like, yo, can I have a piano on it, right? Because he knew me as a piano player. I was like, yeah, for sure. So me and my brother, we sat down, we came up with something, and then I had my brother play it. Yeah. And then send that to him. And then he's like, oh, you want to stay? Like, we can work on it. I was like, yeah, sure. Like, why not, right? Dope. So then we did that, and then it just turned into, like, the whole EP. Yeah.
The whole EP.
Literally, yeah. I was supposed to be on one song, and then I went from Your Way to Fool, and then just kept going. I ended up being on, like, 5 songs. Like, shout out Siegs, because... yeah, without that, I don't know if...
Well, bro, you got the voice, man. You have,
I'm working on it. Out
of the group, if we're comparing Brockhampton, I would say you're the bare face of the group. You know what I'm saying? Like,
thank you. I appreciate it.
You hit those notes, bro. You were talking to me just right now off camera about how much you miss performing live.
Yeah, oh, man.
Right? Your live shows, from what I've seen, like, it's not like a crazy hype show. You don't get, like, ecstatic all the time, but it's more so like I'm watching an artist perform. Like, it's almost like an in-awe moment. I
kind of want people to be, like, in the moment, pretty much. Like, I want you to be there. Like, we're together. We're vibing. It's just vibes. Like, we're just vibing. Exactly. Like, I'm not trying to, like, I'm not going to say that I'm going to jump around and, like, do backflips and stuff like that, right? I'm going to be, like, I'll be hyped for the hype songs, you know, and then I'm going to slow it down because, obviously, I'd rather sing than rap. Yeah. If that's, like, I mean, I don't want to call myself a rapper. Like, I'm by no means a rapper.
Right.
Like, I can rap.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, singing's where it's at for me. So when I get there and I see, like, all these people just looking at me, I'm like, okay, like, we're all going to go into, like, this one place, and it's just, there's nobody else right now. It's just us in this room.
Right.
And then we're just going to vibe out. We're going to have a good time, and then we'll go from there.
100%, man. You and your brother, you said, have been, like, piano player and stuff like that too, right? Is it true that you guys were, like, part of the church choir as well?
Yeah, way back. Oh, man. Yeah. So I started playing piano when I was 7-ish, 6, 7 years old. And then he saw me do it. Well, shout out to David Keys.
Yeah, David Keys.
Yeah, so that's my cousin.
Like 20 instruments, bro. Oh, he's your cousin?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So I saw him playing first, and I was like, yo, like, that's cool. I want to do that. Yeah. Right? So 7 years old, imagine. I go to my parents. I'm like, yo, like, I want a piano. They're like, what? Like, I'm like, yeah, like, my birthday's coming up. I want a piano.
Yeah.
And then so they bought me, like, an electric piano. Like, I was like, wow, okay, here we go. So I started playing that. And then my brother saw me play, and he was like, oh, snap, like, that's cool. I want to do that.
Yeah.
So then we started playing piano, and obviously we were going to church, right? So I think probably maybe a year or two in, my teacher who was like from the church, right? He's like, yo, you should play like this, like a special music for the church, right?
Right.
I was like, oh, okay, like why not, right? Yeah. Whatever. So I played it, and everyone's like, whoa, like you're pretty good, like for someone who just started. And I was like, oh, like, thank you, like
right.
You know. So then I was just like, I don't know, I fell in love with it. Like piano is just like, it's my first love for sure.
Yeah.
So like I never intended to be like a singer or a rapper or nothing like that. I was like, okay, like I'm cool. Just I've always loved music, right?
Right.
But I was like, you know what? Let me just stick with the piano. Like there's a lot of things you could do as an instrumentalist, blah blah blah, this and that. And then, yeah, we just went from there. We sang in the choir like for a little bit, and then my brother used to be actually a better singer than me.
Okay.
And then I was like, you know what? Like if he can do it, I can do it. So then I started leaning more towards singing after, because so basically, you know, if you've ever been in a choir, like they just put you in wherever they think your voice fits, right? So they're like, okay, like you're an alto, you're gonna sing with the altos. And then meanwhile, I was trying to be like, you know, I was like, no, I sing bass, you know, I'm trying to be like, you know, this big guy. And then I just, I don't know, like, cause it's so, I don't know what the word is, like uniform kind of, you just sing your one melody and you go. And I was like, you know what, like this is not fun. Like I want to, you know, while out, I'm trying to, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, let me go from there. Let me see what's good with singing. And then that's when I like started singing seriously.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's been
That's
a
story.
long journey, yeah.
So, okay, now because you said a few things I want to ask you about then.
Yeah.
Instrument-wise, you love the piano, but do you play anything else?
I play a little bit of guitar. Like I can play chords. I wouldn't say I play guitar.
Right.
I can play chords. I can strum some chords, but
okay. But piano's like the main thing.
Piano,
okay.
yeah.
Now, you said your brother saw you playing piano and was like, yo, I want to do that. But then you saw your brother singing, like, I want to try that.
Yeah. We kind of like
push each other. You guys
have
that competitive nature with each other?
Yeah, definitely. We push each other like if I see him doing something and I'm like, yo, like, that's cool. Like, I could do that though.
Yeah.
Like, right? So then I try to do it and he's like, he'll see me do something and it's like the same thing, right? So like,
does it ever start like an internal conflict though, where it's like you're not just like competing at this point, you guys are like full out like fighting, like, yo, fuck you, bro, like stop trying my shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's happened. It's definitely happened. Like I'm not gonna say, obviously brothers fight, right?
Yeah.
But so basically he took piano to a farther stage than me. So I ended up quitting piano in high school, probably grade 10, grade 11.
Okay.
Because so I started playing basketball. I was like, oh, like let me focus on basketball, you know. You know, obviously, like, that didn't work out. But, yeah, so I was like, let me focus on basketball. I'm going to quit piano. I was in grade 9, like, conservatory, whatever. Okay. So he took it all the way to grade 10, and then he took, like, the teacher's book or whatever, and then he started playing organ.
Oh, wow.
So, like, he's very, like, technically, like, he knows what he's doing, right? So he would tell me stuff, and I'm like, okay, like, I don't get it, bro. Like, relax. Like, hold on a second. And
now he's flexing on you.
Yeah, now he's flexing. So now I'm trying to learn something, right? I'm trying to learn, and I'm trying to see, like, okay, if he knows that, like, I'll learn this, and then I'll try and show him up. And then, like, we just go back and forth, and then sometimes it gets heated.
Damn.
Or, like, when we're making, like, a beat or instrumental or something.
Yeah.
And I want it to go one way, he wants it to go another way. And he obviously knows, like, the chording more, like, on a more technical level.
Right.
Meanwhile, I'm just going for, like, vibes. I'm like, you know, but this would sound good. Like, yeah.
Got you.
And then that turns into something, yeah. Like,
so, okay, your brother focuses more so on the production side than it seems like, whereas you focus more so on the vocals.
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
Have you guys ever thought about working on a project together? Like, he produces it, you sing.
Hey, man, that's what we're doing right now.
Hey, okay.
Yeah. So we got, my EP that's coming out. I don't know when yet, but soon, definitely soon. 2 tracks are out already. So Reckless and Us are going to be on there. Okay. And then there's going to be 3 new tracks. So he made a few of those beats. And then Steez made Us. Okay. And then this guy, Dan Seamard, shout out him. He goes by BLVN Beats on Instagram. I hope I got that right. I don't know, but something like that. But yeah, so Dan, I've known Dan. I knew him from high school, and he sent me the beat for one of the songs, and I was like, yeah, like I got something for this, right? Yeah. So now we're working on that, and then that's obviously almost done. Right. So we have another EP coming out, and then I want to say 3 or 4 more tracks.
Wow. Okay.
So we've been working like.
And that's crazy.
Yeah.
But what's quarantine been like for you though, bro? Because like, obviously everyone's been in a fucking shit show. So I'm assuming you've been working. Then you're just like, fuck it.
I don't have a choice really. Like I'm at home. What else am I gonna do, right? True. So I ended up getting like a setup. I got a mic and everything, interface and all that. So we just set it up in my basement, and then we're like, you know what? Let's try make some stuff happen.
Yeah.
So Reckless, that song. So obviously, when was it? March. It started March. Mid March. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely mid March because I had my first show, beginning of March, and then a couple weeks, and then we went into quarantine.
Right.
So like I was like, what am I gonna do? Like I usually go to the studio. I usually go to Mad. Shout out Mad. And I was like, okay, well I have to get a setup. So like I saved up a bit of money, and then I was like, you know what? Like we're gonna do it. We're gonna buy a setup.
Yeah.
So we bought the setup, and then obviously it's summer by now. So I'm like, okay, well I haven't dropped anything since February or March or something.
Right.
And then I was like, you know what? Like we gotta make a banger.
Yeah.
So we sat down, and then we made Reckless. Did that in like 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
And then I sent it off. I was like, yo, I sent it to Jew, King 9G.
Okay.
Shout out him. He mixed it, mastered it. He's like, here you go. I was like, all right, bet, say less. So I put that out in August.
Yeah.
And then with the setup now, I was just like, you know what? Let's just record a bunch of songs. And I recorded 2 EPs, couple singles, and we're just waiting on those to come out for now. So.
See, that's crazy to me because I noticed, like you said, you used to go to Mad.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But then when King started mixing your songs, there's almost a different sound in a way. Not necessarily,
kind of, yeah.
But there's obviously like every engineer has their own style, their own taste, right?
For sure.
When you're getting your songs engineered, do you have a preference of what you want it to sound like, or what do you kind of just say, "Here's my raw vocals, do your thing"?
It depends on the song, really, but most of the time, I just literally send my raw vocals because King 9G, I don't know if I should call him King 9G or Jew, but he's very like experimental. Okay. So if I just send him because I usually put like layers and layers and layers.
Right.
So I'll send him a bunch of layers, bunch of vocals, and he's like, okay, like I can work with this.
Yeah.
So he'll send me something back, and then if there's anything we change, we just talk about it. The good thing is though, like we're friends.
Yeah.
So we can actually like sit down and talk, and like it's cool, right?
Right.
Meanwhile, like before, like obviously now I'm cool, but before when I went to Mad, I was like nervous, right?
Right.
I'm like, oh my god, like these are professionals. Like what?
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to say something that's gonna like trigger anything.
Right.
So I was like sweating, but yeah, with it's like a different sound, and it's like a different experience.
Gotcha.
You could say, yeah.
Yeah, man, because like I've worked with different engineers. I've worked with different artists and producers and stuff, and everyone has their style. It's like a lot of engineers I've noticed that I've worked with have that one thing of like, you can tell them kind of what you want, the sound you want.
Yeah.
But they'll always be like, I like this better. But it's like, bro, it's my track.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Have you ever come across that in a situation with either King or at Mad, where you're like, yo, I kind of want this, but they're just like, no, this sounds better.
At Mad, it happened.
Okay.
But I think because it was with Shadow actually,
right.
And he was telling me, he was like, yo, I think this would sound better, right? So I was like, okay, like he's a professional. Like I'm not gonna just shut him down right away. I'll go listen to it.
Okay.
Because I feel like when you're an artist, you kind of fall in love with what you're creating, right?
Right.
So it's like your baby.
Right.
So you're like, okay, like I don't want anybody to change it. I don't want anybody to do anything to it. And then you have to try. Like they hear it from an objective standpoint, right? So they see everything from the outside, and then it's like you kind of, I don't want to say you see it from the inside, but you kind of like, you're into it. You're just immersed into it, and you're like, okay, I don't want to change anything. But then I went and I listened to it with my brother, and he's like, my brother was like, oh, like he might have a point. Like try this.
Right.
And then so we had like 3 different versions for this one song.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, like we'll see which one's best, right? And then I kind of asked like my close friends, like my inner circle. And they're like, okay, like this one sounds better. And then like based on all that kind of decision making, that's how I made my final decision.
Got you. So okay.
Yeah.
Man, that seems like a lengthy process then.
It is, yeah. Sometimes some songs are quick. Like you just do them, and you're like, wow, this is like exactly what I wanted.
Right.
And then other songs, it's like a whole
process.
Yeah.
I want to talk about those 2 songs you put out, Reckless and Us. Reckless is a solo track.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's just, I listened to both of them, and I had a different vibe from both of them, too. Like, Reckless to me was like one of those, so it's like, I guess where it's one of those songs where you can actually see what your vocals can do.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Makes sense. Because I'm going low, I'm high.
Exactly. I love it. Yeah. The song Us. Okay, now you have King on there and Rico on there. Rico's another artist.
Yeah. Shout out Rico.
That song, obviously, because there's features, there's not room to really play with too much. You have your verse, and that's kind of the delivery from you, right? Rico's and King's verse. First of all, how did they get up onto the track?
So this was actually like, it wasn't supposed to be my track. We made it. We kind of all we all made it together. So Steez had sent us like a pack of beats, or he sent them to Rico, pack of beats, and then me, Rico, and King, right? We work like really close together.
Right.
So we sat down with the whole pack and we're like, okay, like let's write some songs, right? We were gonna make an EP, like the three of us, and then this was like one of the songs out of the pack. So there's this one, and then there's Tell Me What You Want,
right?
And then Love Me also.
Okay.
So there's us, and then there's a few more. Like,
right.
We'll see if they come out, but there's more. So then we all sat down together, and then I just ended up writing like the most.
Right.
Like I had it. I was like, okay. So I wrote the chorus, and then I sent him the chorus, and then we all kind of just started writing verses, and then my verse just ended up being like super long, and I was like, oh, like, yo, my bad, but like, you guys still want to be on it? And then, so then basically they cut down their verses so that they would just kind of go side by side.
Right.
So like Rico and then King right after, and then it would just kind of flow like that. So
right.
Yeah, but we do a lot of like work together.
Yeah. So you said King was your friend, but now is he also someone who not just engineers your music, but also gives you like almost mentorship advice, because I guess he kind of knows the technical side, he knows the engineering side of it. Is he kind of being like, hey, Josh, this is how we can construct this song, this is how we can construct that song?
I wouldn't say based on the song itself, like the construction of the song.
Got you.
But he has showed me like mixing stuff that I'm learning. Like I'm trying to like pick up on some stuff so I can, so it's an easier process, right?
Sure.
And then for a lot of my ad libs on like the songs that we do together, it's usually him that kind of comes out. Like he doesn't come up with it, but he kind of like pushes me in a direction to like just get a nice sound, pretty much.
Right.
Because I usually go in, I'll have my when I'm like a feature, I usually just have my verse part, and then he's like, okay, like do some ad libs over the chorus, like do some ad libs over this verse, like do an intro or something like that, right? And I'm like, oh, like I don't know what to do, like all right. And he's like, okay, just do this and this and this, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
So now that's another question, because like ad libs are always interesting to me.
Yeah,
I love watching artists record ad libs because they look so stupid. No disrespect, but it does.
It's true. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like when you're recording your ad libs, how like what approach are you taking? Because I know ad libs can also be like effective. Like look at Migos, for example. Ad libs are so effective.
Yeah.
Right. So now are your ad libs just kind of like doubles to the word, or what are you ad libbing? How are you ad libbing?
Usually I don't consider my doubles ad libs.
Okay.
Because when I'm making something, I usually do it with like different harmony parts. Okay. So I kind of have the main and then like a low version of the main.
Well, by double I mean like repeating the last word. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't do that at all.
Okay, got you.
To be fair, I don't think so.
Okay.
But for ad libs, I usually just kind of like I just sing. Like I don't have ad libs where I just go like, oh yeah, like
right.
You know, because like I'm mostly a singer, so I just kind of like in the back, whatever. You know,
runs. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think Reckless is the only one with like ad libs that aren't runs.
Right.
Where I'm kind of just talking, like, to be fair. Like, it's just like, yeah, so there's the one part where I go like, I say something about Uzi, like a gun, like Uzi or something like that, and then I just go right in the back. Like gotcha. Kind of fill the track. Right?
That's what I'm saying. So your ad libs also accompany to what you're kind of saying rather than just like random.
Yeah, they're not random.
I've heard some artists, bro, when they're doing ad libs, it's just like they're talking about money or whatever, and then their ad libs have nothing to do with like the, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just something random.
No, I never do that. Yeah,
nothing really fits.
All my ad libs complement the section where I'm ad libbing.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think that's a more effective way of using them or no?
I'd say so, because it kind of gives more context, I guess, to the song.
Right.
It kind of just like fills it up. It embellishes like, you know, the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Man, what is your process like though? Now that you're recording at home, are you finding it's a more, I guess, intimate environment because it's your own living space, or do you feel more confident, less comfortable? Like how's that different than recording in an actual professional studio?
I'd say, well, obviously the vibes are like very different.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy both of them. I think that when I'm at home, it's just like, it's less pressure, right? It's just, you can just do it. You mess up, you could do it 100 times.
You're not paying for it.
Doesn't matter. Yeah. You like, you know, there's no pressure. You just, even if you mess it up or if you can't get it right, go away, come back, do it later. Like, you know, but the vibe of the studio, like when there's people there, like everybody's vibing to the music. Right. It's like, it kind of picks you up, right?
Okay.
And then like also the pressure's on. So you're okay, I gotta get this, right? I gotta get this. But at home, it's more comfortable, right? I can do whatever I want. I can take as long as I want. Like,
absolutely.
You know. But
go ahead.
They're just two like different experiences. Like,
yeah.
To be fair.
Do you prefer to record with more people in the room to kind of catch their vibe based off what you're doing, or are you kind of one of those artists who like to perform like either like little to no people in the room, so it's just you and like either like the engineer, producer, or whatever? You know what I'm saying?
That's a good question. I don't know. To be fair, I've only had like a max of 4 people.
Okay.
Which, I mean, that's still like a decent number.
Right.
But like usually it'll be like the engineer, and then Shad, and then my brother, and then like Richie or Jew or something, right?
Gotcha.
So it's people that like I share my music with like raw anyways.
Right.
So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to try it for sure.
Right. Because I know like obviously people have a different vibe based off whoever's in the room.
Yeah.
Right. Like for example, like if it's my first time recording a track and I have people in the room who I don't even know, I'm gonna feel mad uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, funny story. Oh my god. Okay, so I went to record a verse for Rico.
Okay.
It was my first like feature besides like obviously the EP we were working on.
Right.
Oh man, I went in there and he had like 4 people there.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, like it's my first time here. Like I don't know what to do. He's like, yeah, just go in the booth and you just sing.
So easy to say.
What?
It's
okay.
so easy to
like,
say.
So I get in there and I'm like, okay, like whatever, let's try this.
Right.
So I'm sitting there, I'm not looking at anybody. I got my headphones on and I'm just like,
yeah.
I'm singing the song, and like, oh man, I was so nervous. I was like shaking. I was like, oh my god, like,
yeah.
What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And I don't really like, or at that time, I hadn't really sung in front of anybody, right? So I was just like, okay, like, come on, please come out good, right? And then it came out okay, right? But I was nervous to like say anything.
Absolutely.
So then, I had to go back. Actually, like a week later, I was like, yo, I gotta change this. Like, I'm not feeling it, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then I just went by myself, and then I was with Shadow, and I was like, okay, like this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna hit all these notes, and then I'm gonna hit them clean, because last time I was nervous, and this and this. And yeah, it was cool, but like, yeah, I was definitely like, I was shaking.
When you heard your voice back for the first time on playback, what did you think?
I wasn't that surprised. A lot of people say like, oh, I'm so surprised. Like, to be fair, like, because I was not a good singer, like at all, right? So, like, just the whole like growing process, I was like, okay, like, I used to record my voice to hear obviously what I sound like. I'm like, wow, I suck. Like, this is so bad. So I would just like, yeah, I'd take that in all the time. So I was like, you know what, like, it is what it is. Like, I'll sing to the best of my ability.
Right.
If it comes out good, then good. If it doesn't come out good, like, I'll try again until I get it right. And then once I get it right, then we're chilling.
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. What do you remember in terms of live shows? Like, what's your most memorable moment?
The Richard Kid show. For sure.
Want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. So we did the audition at the U, and I was terrified. I was like, oh my god, like, wow, people are looking at me. Well, can I face that way and sing? Like, I'm so scared. So then, whatever, we did it. We ended up getting the spot, right?
Right.
And then I was like, oh, you know what? Like, this is exciting, right? You know, come on, we're doing a big show, right? And then I didn't think there was gonna be like too many people. Oh, my bad. But then again, like, I was like, oh, this could be like a lot of people, right?
Of course.
So then I get there and I see all these people. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna have a heart attack. Like, I'm gonna pass out on stage. So then I think it was good that I did it with like all of them, because I would have panicked. Like, I would have just been like,
wow,
oh my god.
Yeah.
So then the Fool like chorus that I sing, when everybody was like singing it back to me and like waving their hands,
I was like,
dope,
bro. That was nuts.
I was like, is this happening to me right now? Like,
yeah.
It just hit me. I was like, wow, okay. I was like, this is what we're going to be doing from now on.
That was such a surreal experience for me, being on like in the crowd area. Cause I remember like, so I was between the crowd and you guys, so I was taking the photo.
Yeah.
And so I remember like, as you guys are starting to sing Fool, I turned in my head, cause I'm like, there's no fucking way everybody's like singing this chorus.
Yeah, I was literally shocked.
It was wild, like, bro.
Cause I put my hand up, like I was gonna like kind of signal them to do it, and I didn't think anybody was gonna do it. I thought they were just gonna be like, oh, like, who's this guy, right?
Right.
And they're all like
Let's be fools.
And I was like,
yeah,
oh
holy
my
shit,
God,
that was crazy.
I was like, yeah, that was the moment when I realized I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. Like,
100%.
I just want to perform. Yeah.
So you get stage fright normally then?
Yeah, terrified.
Right.
Oh, terrified.
So once you're up there, how long does it take for you to kind of be like, fucking, I'm killing the show. Fuck this, right?
Takes about 2-3 songs.
Okay.
3, yeah. On a bad day, maybe 4. But yeah, I do get nervous every single time too. Yeah. It's just like
that's a good thing, right?
It's like, oh my God, yeah. Because
don't just say you should be nervous. If you're not nervous, it's something wrong.
Yeah, obviously, because obviously I want to do a good show, right? I want to do a good job.
But so no, man, okay, like, what really kind of sold that, in my opinion, was the best performance of the night.
Oh, thank you, man.
Because it wasn't just you, but you had like 4 or 5 other people on stage with you, right?
It was hype, yeah.
It was crazy. And then you guys were like circling back. For example, you'd be on stage and then you'd go off and the next person would come and you guys all rotating. And I'm like, this is an actual show.
The thing is, we didn't even plan, like we literally had to because they only had 3 mics.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
So yeah, that worked out in our favor. But yeah, that was.
But that added to it for me personally. I know a few people I talked to. They said the exact same thing. Like your performance was the best set. Because it looked like they were at an actual show.
Yeah. You know I probably shouldn't have spilled that secret then, but
no, it's all good. It works. That was good, bro. All right, Josh. Before we wrap up, bro, what you guys coming up next? I know you mentioned the EP, but what else are you working on?
I'm working on some more merch.
Okay.
Right now. I don't know if you can see from over there, but
that's a fire fucking hoodie, bro.
So this kind of is gonna be my logo, I guess.
Okay.
The strawberry with the headphones, and then
actually, if you send me that logo, I can post it here so they can see it.
All right, say no more. I got you. I have a sweater for you too.
My God,
I gotta bring it over. But yeah, so we're working on merch. I'm trying to get some sweatpants.
Okay.
Because right now we just have tops. We have a hoodie, crew neck, long sleeve, and then t-shirt. Okay. We have the black and the gray.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to get like sweatpants for both colors.
Right.
And then the EP, I want to get some kind of, obviously we've been in quarantine, so like I couldn't shoot any like crazy videos.
Of course.
So I've just been shooting on like a little kind of camera phone that I have.
Right.
So hopefully those come out nice. And then after that EP, we got another EP working. So
that's crazy. You're just working.
It's going to be, it's me and you, man.
Where can they find the merch, though? Because you didn't say where they can find the merch.
Oh, as of right now, I don't have like an actual setup for it.
Okay.
You just got to hit me up, and then I got you like
with
DM, tops.
Instagram DM. All right.
But obviously with Corona, I got to wait for the guys' shop to open up.
Absolutely.
So, but besides that, just let me know. I got you.
That's dope, bro. I fucking love that. It's so sick.
Thank you,
strawberry with the headphone that says Josh Kab. But I'll post a picture over here so I can see it better.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, y'all. My name is Sik Saleem. You can find me on Instagram at Sik Saleem. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Leave a thumbs up and leave a comment on what you thought. Oh boy, it's been a long time coming, man. I'm so happy to be doing these again, bro. Such a good feeling.
It's good to be back. It's good to be back, man.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.